Singin' in the Rain.
66 years ago, Singin' in the Rain opened in theaters on April 11, 1952. This musical is considered to be one of the greatest American films of all time, and we're going to celebrate with some bits of trivia that you might not have known about Singin' in the Rain.
Beautiful girl.
Most of the songs in Singin' in the Rain were actually recycled from other MGM films, and Singin' in the Rain's producer and co-songwriter Arthur Freed had initially planned for Cosmo to sing one of those songs. Eventually, Freed decided that none of them were a good fit, and instead they should use something that sounded more like Be a Clown from MGM's The Pirate.
Be a clown, all the world loves a clown.
So Freed went ahead and did just that, and wrote a song that was a near carbon copy of Be a Clown and called it Make 'Em Laugh.
Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Don't you know everyone wants to laugh?
The lyrics and the music of the two songs sounded so similar that many began to worry if they would get sued because they never asked Be a Clown's songwriter Cole Porter for permission to use it. However, in spite of all this, no legal action was ever pursued for its inclusion in the film. Donald O'Connor had members of the cast watch him rehearse to find funny material for his performance in Make 'Em Laugh. During one rehearsal, O'Connor was sitting on a couch and one of his friends saw a dummy in the corner of the studio and threw it over to him to use to help him get some ideas. O'Connor began to play around with it, and what you see in the final cut of the film is exactly what he did during that first brainstorm session with the dummy.
Good morning.
Debbie Reynolds was a trained gymnast, but she virtually had no dance experience prior to her role in Singin' in the Rain. Her first day of shooting on the set was for Good Morning, and she had rehearsed beforehand for 3 months to help her get ready to keep up with her two experienced co-stars. It took 15 hours to film the scene, starting from 8 in the morning until 11 at night, and by the end of it, her feet were bleeding so badly that the upcoming shoot for You Were Meant for Me had to be delayed several days so her feet could heal.
I'm singing in the rain.
On the first day of filming for Gene Kelly's famous scene, the water unexpectedly slowed to a drip at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The movie was filmed in the middle of the summer, and by 5 o'clock people had come home from work to begin watering their grass. This caused a huge drop in the studio's water pressure, which put a stop to filming until the next morning. Gene Kelly also had to use several suits while filming the scene because the wool material kept shrinking from the intense summer heat and the constant exposure to water. The summer days weren't the only things that were hot because Kelly had to film this whole scene while he had a 103-degree fever. The American Film Institute considers Singin' in the Rain to be the greatest musical of all time, and also ranked it number 5 on their list of the 100 greatest American films of all time. However, despite being successful at the box office, the film was only nominated for 2 Oscars and didn't win any of them. Is there something you know about Singin' in the Rain that wasn't mentioned? Is there another dance-related movie you'd like to learn about? Please leave a comment for these questions down below. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, and if this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe to see more videos about dance-related content.